So let's just start the 2019 paper. Yeah, for the Biology in school. So let's have a look at this. So hopefully the repeats follows through. Number 1. Right, which of the following are products of photophosphorylation? ATP and NADPH, right? Right?
Yes, sir.
Is ADP created? Probably not. Which of the following correctly outlines the roles of chloroplasts? We saw this already, that's a repeat. On a warm, sunny day, photosynthesis limited by. Would it be carbon dioxide availability? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Alright. 4. At which of the labeled stages would light be a limiting factor? We saw that already. This one, we saw that pyruvate. From pyruvate to ethanol, that would be the decarboxylation. Right? In 6, which of the following combination lists the chemical groupings found within an ATP molecule? I mean, your syllabus does ask you to discuss the structure of ATP, so that makes sense. Or hints at it at least. So what's ATP?
B.
B? So it's adenosine triphosphate, right? And adenosine is a nuclear. It's like it sounds like a base, right? So it's a nitrogen base, right? With a sugar and then a phosphate group. So let's look at this now. We're looking at all this apparatus. After 30 minutes, the fluid in the manometer, right? Manometer, sorry, would most likely what? So we're seeing potassium hydroxide solution plus water to equal the volume seeds right here. Potassium hydroxide solution. What does potassium hydroxide do in this case? Come on, guys. What would it do? What does it do? Guys? Do you guys know what potassium hydroxide does in these solutions or in these situations? Nobody? Okay. That's a bit weird. Let me see. Let me check the chat to see if anybody is typing it. Nobody. Okay, so in interest of time, right? Could somebody just give me the answer instead of looking at that then?
Sir, would it be B, sir?
B. Alright, so you're saying it would be B. So B would be, there would be a rise at Y. Okay. Potassium hydroxide, right, absorbs carbon dioxide, by the way. Alright, so it's pumping. So we're looking here that carbon dioxide itself, right, is being basically reduced. Right, what we're doing is creating a lot of oxygen, and then there would be, what happens here? Wait, it wouldn't be creating a lot of oxygen. There would be respiration and cease, to be very honest, right? So we're gonna have a creation of carbon dioxide generally, right? So we have that there. So what would be the issue here? Would it not move? Guys, potassium hydroxide is a reagent that we use to absorb carbon dioxide. In respiration tests, it's often used to absorb carbon dioxide to determine whether or not carbon dioxide is needed for respiration. Right? We saw those a lot of times. But in this case now, we have to know whether or not the manometer will move, right, based on gas differences within two setups. And within both setups, potassium hydroxide is present. What will happen? Somebody already told me that there would be a rise at Y. Fine. Why would that happen? Okay. So, number 8, which of the following statements correctly distinguishes between energy flow and cycling within the ecosystem? So it is through and within. Moving onwards, we're looking at this setup as the control that repeated. Alright, looking at 10, which of the following processes occur in the Calvin cycle? What would it be? The fixation of carbon dioxide to produce ATP, fixation of carbon dioxide to create and the regeneration RUBP, oxidation of NADP, and the production. So what would happen here?
B, sir.
So fixation of carbon dioxide and regeneration of RUBP, that's fine. 11, which of the following represents limitations? Interesting. Limitations. Okay. of using the pyramid of energy. I'm just seeing it to describe relationships between trophic levels in ecosystems. Alright, I'm just seeing it. Okay, so it may be difficult. That's true. That is true. All of them, I believe, would be limitations. Which of the following is not a conservation method used to maintain biodiversity? This would be genetic engineering. Alright, let's look at this down. The mitochondria. Okay, we saw this already. Alright. Which of the following actions does not explain how deforestation might increase risk of flooding? So, which of the actions do not explain this? Is it D?
Sir, D, sir.
Alright, so it will increase risk of flooding. Which of the following contributes to the stability of an ecosystem? Sustainable management of woodlands would be fine.
Sir, A, sir.
That's fine. The uptake of many, well, we saw this to be the endodermis already. Endodermis. And then we have 17. Capillarity is one of the methods by which water ascends xylem vessels. This is facilitated by the xylem vessels which are narrow. So it speaks to capillarity. That's what we're working off of. Alright. Which of the following structures above represents, okay, so we looked at this already, right? And we said one was the answer. Okay, companion cells are connected to C2 elements via the plasmodesmata, as we should remember, right? Labeled 1 would be the C2 element. The pulse is due to ventricular systole, right? The graph represented here would be high pressure carbon dioxide. That would be the answer here, D. The anaerobic respiration, we looked at this already. This would be the reduced NAD. There are a lot of repeats. I'm just going through them. Which of the following statements explains the physiological significance of the Bohr effect in mammalian muscle? Could somebody tell me this?
Sir, the answer would be C, sir.
So higher carbon dioxide partial pressures favor unloading of oxygen from hemoglobin. Alright. So that would be important to muscle cells, right?
Yes, sir. The chat also says C.
Alright, so the chat also says C, wonderful. The resting potential is maintained by the sodium potassium pumps. Right? Some of the questions are not really that debatable. So I apologize if you guys wanted to answer or debate. Right? But if you have a question, you can always ask. Which of the following is not a property of hormones? Right? And we looked at this as well. That's a repeat. Right? Up here, the amination liver, that is a repeat. Up here, this would be 2 for the loop of descending loop of Henle, that was a repeat. The target cell, this is a repeat. Okay, this is the vibe that we want for biology. This is the vibe that we want, the repeating. Right, this is...
Sir.
Go ahead.
29, you marked it wrong, is A.
Oh yeah, okay, cool. Thank you. Sorry about that, thank you. A. Alright. Let's look at this now. This was a repeat, right? And it should be B. Right? And this is a repeat as well, it should be B. Now they're bringing both of these on the same paper. Alright. Now this is a repeat as well. Alright, so it should be glucagon and the alpha cells in pancreas, right? The role of the complement, we saw this as well, enhancing phagocytosis. Which of the following, well, which types of responses are most likely involved in immunoglobulin? We saw this as well, so this should be humoral. Alright, so I think that you guys can realize there are a lot of repeats. Alright, which of the following is not a function of the phagocytes in the human body? Do phagocytes secrete antibodies?
Yes, sir.
No. Alright. So I have that there. The characteristics of B cells, right? Generally, well, memory B cells will go with B for that answer. That's the repeat as well. Right. So which of the graphs, right, above best represents the immune system or response of a person who is contracted a second infection from the same pathogen? This would have been 3, right? What answer would you guys go with this for this?
C.
C. Okay. So which of the reasons best explains why passive artificial immunity is only effective for a short period of time? Would be B, right? Because in passive immunity we only get antibodies and they are broken down. 40. Which of the following is not an example of the use of the monoclonal antibodies? This would be diagnosing dengue fever. The progressive disease in response to a drug as the human body adapts to it is its presence is called tolerance.
Tolerance.
Wonderful. So adult persons with a body mass index of over 27 are considered to be increased risks for what?
Sir, A, sir.
Alright. They would be at an increased risk for type 2 diabetes, I believe. But not for type 1. So we're going with that. Right, here it's a retrovirus, so we're talking about reverse transcriptase and RNA. Right, which of the following, well, sir, which part would most likely be of importance in producing, a vaccine for the virus? So which part would be important? We're taking the antigen, right? Or an antigen type of piece of it, so it would be Q. Because we are going to have the pieces of the membrane being presented by the antigen presenting cell. Compared to non-smokers, smokers are at a greater risk. Alright, we'll spoke about this. See the best answer. Alright, so that's 2019's paper 1.